How do you lose weight and actually keep it off? Over the years, there's been so many different diets and plans and books and supplements being sold. People have been trying everything, yet in our countries, chronic disease is still on the rise. As a health coach and personal trainer, I'm going to tell you exactly what I tell my clients and what I've tried out for myself and in my life that's worked amazing. First thing you need to know is you don't need to buy any expensive supplements, weight loss vests. You don't need to be drinking any teas. You don't need to be applying any cream. What you need to do is understand the history of human beings and how we evolve to live, eat, sleep, and behave on a daily basis. Our ancestors hunted and gathered food over the savannas of Africa. We had to move constantly throughout the day, not necessarily every second, but we were moving for something like 75 minutes per day. We also only had access to plants, seeds, animals, and different vegetables. Now, it wasn't only a few vegetables. We ate a wide variety of all sorts of vegetables. In fact, some hunter-gatherer societies today eat over 100 different plants on a weekly or monthly basis. They also eat a wide variety of different animal proteins. Although the human species has been around for over 200,000 years, it isn't until about 600 years ago that the practice of agriculture has been widespread and widely adopted throughout the United States and throughout the world. So what can we learn from the fact that we essentially evolved to move around and eat edible plants and seeds and berries, and now over the recent history, we've completely changed? What we've learned is that the lifestyle that's best for us is still that old lifestyle. Just because we have started changing over the past 600 years, our DNA has not had time to adapt. So what exactly are the consequences? Well, all of the cardiovascular disease and different chronic diseases that I originally said is becoming a problem here is one of the main consequences. And what exactly do those hunter-gatherers do to prevent that disease? Well, I'm going to talk about 5 factors. The 5 factors are, number 1, and maybe most importantly, consistent sleep rhythm. That means going to bed when the sun goes down and waking up when the sun comes up, and getting a consistent 8 or so hours a night of sleep. The next habit, or the next thing that you want to do, is eating that hunter-gatherer style diet of a ton of different fruits, vegetables, tubers, berries, different proteins, and eating it in a way that's sustainably and healthily sourced. So even though, beef jerky might be a protein, they might have added chemicals and preservatives that make it not really natural in the first place. Another habit to do on a daily basis that they do is exercising and moving. And the type of movement is not going to be replicated by walking on a treadmill. That's not the kind of movement that they're doing. You walking on a path, going on a hike would be a lot more closely related with the type of movement that they're doing. Another thing that these hunter-gatherers were doing was living and spending a lot of time with their friends and family. I remember when, as a psychology student, we watched a study that measured the people that live to 100 years or people that live a really long time. And one of the main factors that was consistent no matter what people ate was having friends and having those friends for a long time. And that's one of the biggest predictors of whether you're going to live a long time. So having good relationships is really important. The last factor is stress. And stress is very much related to our mental health. And when you're really stressed out, it's it can wreak havoc on your body. And when you're happy and upbeat and positive, or you're just in touch with your emotions, that's going to have the opposite effect, a really good effect with your life. Now, I understand that in today's society, most of you that are watching this video probably live in a city. We don't have access to a forest or readily available food over there. So we're not going to be able to, go back in time, and that wouldn't necessarily even be a good thing for us or the environment. So what can we do in today's society to increase our health, knowing that our DNA wants us to live like hunter-gatherers? Well, there's different things that we can do, but we need to understand first what our current lifestyle is like and ask ourselves, is our current lifestyle, or in what ways is our current lifestyle reflective of hunter-gatherer lifestyle, and in what ways is it not reflective? And we could break down our lifestyle into routines and habits. So what sorts of habits are we doing on a morning, on an evening, on an afternoon basis, and which of those habits are conducive to our health overall long term and which are not? And once we have all of our current behavior on paper, we can go step by step and start to make changes. It's a scientific process that you can do yourself if you're organized and you're very in touch. If you're interested in getting a sheet which you can track your behaviors, just send me a message with your email. I'll send you the sheet. It's how I use it with my clients. It's really effective. You could start tracking your behavior and making awesome changes. So if you're interested in that, just let me know. I'll leave a comment below, or this is actually like my first YouTube video really ever. So yeah, I would love to hear from you, or tell me your thoughts on this video.